Okay, so now we are coming back to here. We were, Ryan, when you dropped, we are just discussing about robotics. So robotics is a gray area. If one robotics have an AI component, it can be a AI-enabled robotics. Like you can imagine those robots you see in science fiction, sci-fi movies. They all have an AI system. They can talk to you, and they can understand what you ask them for, and then they can recommend you to do this or do that. Like they have everything. They can be, if you add a voice assistant in the robotics, if you add a chatbot in the robotics, if you add recommendation system in your robotics become an AI supported robotics. But if a robotic has fixed programming, like in the factory, I pick up this thing from spot A and I drop this object at spot B. Even things in between that thing dropped, the robotic doesn't know, still do the same thing. Those are not AI. And we see that those kind of things a lot in the movies as well. Like people go to a more automated factory and they were kind of advanced has adventure in those places, and then they have to deal with this big machinery arms goes to one place to another, or the like those assembly line, they don't care what is on their plate, they just pick it up and drop it to a boiling water or something like that. Do you remember those movies? So those things are automation. Washing machine, air conditioner, and those automation robotic only automate some tasks. Those are not AI, but other things when they can make some decisions, gather, they can receive the information, and then they can retrieve the information, and then they can kind of analyze the problems, and then they can kind of decide where to go. Those are the AI system. Okay, next. So how do you think that an AI system how do you think that AI will change our life? Will AI change our life or will AI destroy our life?
Yes, because they can solve really complex problems and perform complex tasks which can ruin and help our lives.
I agree.
Like what? This sounds like we don't need to, sounds like the AI can replace our work. So that makes me afraid.
Yeah.
You agree that AI can replace our work?
Yes.
Ibrahim, do you
I
agree?
agree that I agree it can do both good and harm.
Yeah, can you give me an example of good and example of harm?
Um, Good would be maybe if you were a scientist or someone who was performing a difficult task with solving like really difficult things with algorithms. It can be time saving, and when you're writing to improve your writing and make it better.
Ibrahim, what do you think?
I agree with that.
What is the harm?
I I'm having some sort of problem with my computer. I need to fix it. I'll be back.
Okay. Okay, so Ryan, the AI can, yes, they can change our life, but they were not going to be replace our work um in a very near future. So there are a lot of AI out there currently, but the AIs build on how we feed them the data. So usually let's talk about there is a chat GPT. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I know about ChatGPT.
Yeah, what do you know about chat GPT? Does it give you right answer?
Most of the time, it gives me correct answers to math problems and a lot of different things.
And do you rely on it, on the
No,
chat GPT?
no,
Why
I don't
not?
really, because AI basically knows everything we know. You have to program AI so that it can understand things, and um, I understand most of the things that were programmed into AI, into this
Right,
chat GPT.
right. So you made a point that the chat GPT depends on how we feed them. And we have a lot of things that the AI doesn't know. Even us, we don't know, right? I think one thing that machine is really good comparing to us. Let me see who is Ibrahim is off. Okay. But I think he kind of know that. Let's see here. So our human intelligence involves in storing information, retrieve information, analyze information, gather information. So all let's think about internet. Internet has so many things that is out of our reach. We still need to search. So you can save all those information on the internet to a machine, and the machine can store it, and they can retrieve it very quickly. And our human have our limitation, and our human also we are we can our storing like our memory and retrieve can be can be can have a barrier. If we have some like a disease or a stress, we might forget things, and when we get age we also forget things. But the machine doesn't have this. If you kept the machine running, if you keep them maintain them, they always have those information in there. So but by analyzing information and the decision making and take actions, those machine needs to learn quite a bit. So for the chat GPT, first of all, they don't gather all the information in the world because not all the information are shared in the open space such as internet. There are a lot of things are still not be shared, and and there is a bias in the information that is being fed into AI chat GPT, so it can lead to really uh wrong answer or give you wrong information. And also we didn't check. Okay, Ibrahim come back. So there sometimes when we feed into the machine, we can feed them wrong information. So when we feed in Ibrahim, can you mute yourself? So if we feed the machine wrong information, definitely the machine will give you wrong answer, making wrong and if you make a wrong unethical program algorithm, it can do harm. So all those we have to be aware. We are creating the AI, but still the AI cannot mimic humans' brain because we have some things that it's not logic. Sometimes it's unlogic, but it is. So the creative process is very unlogic, which the machine cannot do. And at a lot of situation that you will need some creative solutions. You could ask. So the ChatGPT has one thing that is kind of creative, is called generative pre-trained transformer. However, you see it's kind of creative, but it's still whatever this chat GPT generated depends on what kind of things it had learned. Okay, okay. So then I have this statement about AI. Can you tell me, are they true or false? Okay, I ask Ibrahim read the first two, and Ryan read the last two, and you tell me if it's true or false.
AI will eliminate all human jobs. False.
Why?
Strong AI and weak AI are equally well developed at this time. False.
Yes. Can you briefly explain why?
AI will like there's some like a lot of manual work that involves a lot of precision that I don't think AI can ever replicate.
Mm-hmm.
And weak AI has been like obviously more developed than strong AI because it's easier to work with.
Okay. Yeah, I actually don't know what a strong AI, weak AI, but yeah. Okay, so Ryan, the next two.
Yes. AI can exist without humans supporting it. False. That's because humans need to feed data into AI so AI can make decisions.
Mhm.
And data is a fundamental reason AI succeed or fails. True,
Yeah, why is true?
because data is how AI learns. So if you give false data, it'll fail, and if you give correct data, it will succeed.
Yeah, it's not just I just mentioned that it's not just the correct data. Correct data is a fundamental, is a first step. And for AI to make a right decision, it's include a lot of things. Like give you an example of self-driving cars. Self-driving cars always has to deal with this ethical problems that if they have only two choices. One is run over if before him there is a baby with a woman cross him, or cross the car, or it change another direction, but it has to hit on the pedestrian where they have maybe couple of teenagers. So those are the ethical issues that a self-driving car and even humans are debating on it. They yeah, besides that, you had to feed the right algorithm for it to have give the right answer. Like for example, for ChatGPT in the beginning, it can give you answer very, very rude. And then they taught the ChatGPT on how to answer it in a polite way. So now it becomes a little bit more polite. So all those things are still need to be learned by the AI. Okay, next. Uh-oh, I have some problems here. But yes, data is fundamental reason AI succeed or fails. We will talk about data a little bit later. What is data? And now we just say why we would want to work on AI and data science. So first of all, it is a lot of fun. Second, you can be at the cutting edge of research and product, and you can make a lot of money while you are doing something you enjoy. And it's not that hard to start and do it. So my purpose for this one is to get your I said it's for youth, but it's actually for everyone, especially for the people who are not strong in STEM. Um, everybody can do some data science. So this is what I want to tell you about what are data science skills. What are the data science skills? They are a big spectrum. So you can have programming, like Ryan, I know that you know some programming. And then SQL is dealing with databases, the retrieving the query language for database. Database is where information and data being stored, and you need to retrieve it. And the machine learning is kind of more high tech. That suits for high tech, high STEM person because they need to use mathematics, develop algorithms, and to let machine learn and give the right output. And the statistics is another angle. Visualization, you have a big data, you want to visualize them in the right way, which involving some techniques, but more like your artistic sense. And then other things are more soft skills. One is communication, another is storytelling. So why is that? Because you don't need to do a data science, you need to be able to communicate whatever tools you are using to solve a problem, the real world problem, and to explain to people who doesn't know data science to let them understand how this whatever analysis you have makes sense for them to make a decision. And the storytelling is similar thing that you be able to tell a story to convincing people. And domain knowledge is a key because all the AIs will build to learn whatever human learns. So domain, if you don't have a domain knowledge, this AI it will not going to, it's like it's general, in a general sense, it will not really help anybody with a specific questions. Specific questions is always in the domain. So what I meant in domain is like you could have a problem in political science, you could have a problem in the literature, you could have a problem in art, in fashion, in sports. Can you give me an example of how data science applied in sports? Ibrahim?
Well, you could like use data science to see if there was like a penalty or not, if like a player injured another player, or was it just like accidental?
Yeah, one thing that data science is used is for like the data, the sports, you want to collect all athletes performance information and to make a decision to hire this guy or not. Or for the World Cup recently, people, if they want to predict who will win the champion, they need to analyze all the athletes data and the team's data, and then they would make a prediction. And if they don't have enough information of each athlete, they may not get a right decision, right prediction. And the big data, of course, there it's it involves a lot of data. So not everybody possess all these skills. Everybody's skilled. Okay, so I'm more skilled on the domain knowledge, on the right, like this right side. Somebody who is mathematics or who trained as computer science doing a lot of machine learning, they'd be on the left side. But somebody can be just good at visualization, and they can be a part of data science team. So in the modern world, if we want to develop something or we want to solve some problem, always work as a teams because you have multiple people have multiple background, which will help you, multiple skills will help you to make creative solution to solve problems. Okay. So for learning these things, you can really learn by watching. There are a lot of things online on YouTube. And I will also start teaching for very, very basic ideas. You can go to Coursera, or there are some other free learning platform. And data science the job is really paying. This is a 2020, I think they are going up, and it's in great need. Data science and data engineer. Data engineer is more about to clean up the data and make it ready for AI and machine learning. So they are all in the process. Okay, so now I want to talk about the next big chapter is about data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. Yeah, let's go to say to understand what is data. So first of all, I go to the Wikipedia. There is a very good and there's a very good writing about what is data. So can you see it well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who want to read this paragraph? Okay, maybe Ryan, you can read till here, and then Ibrahim can read till here.
Okay. In the pursuit of knowledge, data is a collection of discrete values that convey information describing quantity, quality, fact, statistics, other basic units of meaning, or simply sequences of symbols that may be further interpreted.
Okay, Ibrahim, a datum.
Data, a datum is an individual value in a collection of data. Data is usually organized into structures such as tables that provide additional context and meaning, in which may themselves be used as data in larger structures. Data it may be used as variables in a computational process.
Okay, data may represent abstract ideas or concrete measurement. And data is commonly used in scientific research, economics, and in virtual every other form of human organizational activities. Okay, so let's stop here, and I want to show you a video. What is data?
Oh, we can't hear anything.
Oh, sorry.
No
Let me
audio.
stop.
No audio from
Let me
YouTube.
stop. Okay. Let me see. How do I share without oh, I cannot see my Teams now. This is problematic. Sorry, guys. My Teams is here. Let me stop sharing, and I will reshare, and with sharing with the sound. Sharing screen. No. Yeah, I couldn't figure out this, how to share with sound, not like the not like Zoom. Zoom I know how to share with sound. Here I don't know how to share with sound. Okay, sorry. What do I do? Sharing with sound. I have to search. Share content. How to search, how to share video with sound. Let me just figure this part out. I'm sorry for that. Okay, I have that. How to share videos with sound on Teams. Sound, include computer sound to share content, and include the top switch on the left top my share options. Okay, let's see. When I share, oh yeah, I have it. Okay, I got it. Great. So it's always good to search and solve problems. All right, let's go back to our, we can start from here. It's a very nice.
We hear the word data all of the time. It is collected, analyzed, shared, hacked, bought, and sold. But what exactly is data? Data are collected observations or measurements represented as text, numbers, or multimedia. When we think of data, we may immediately think of numbers, but data can also be field notes, videos, audio recordings, photographs, documents, and transcripts. What you consider to be data will be different depending on your area of research. For example, if you're researching the impact of wildfires on national parks, your data may be satellite maps and images. But if you're researching graduation rates of college students with faculty mentors, your data might be the number of graduates each year and the amount of time taken to earn their degree. Data will be different based on what you study. Data can be broadly categorized as qualitative or quantitative. Quantitative data can be expressed as a number and counted or compared on a numerical scale. This would include such things as rating scales from surveys, temperatures observed, or measurements gathered. It could also include things like counts of words used in a book or the number of attendees at an event. Qualitative data include things like textual descriptions of events, maps, pictures, or transcripts. There are other ways to categorize data, but most fall in one of these two broad categories. Data are not the same as statistics. Statistics are the result of data analysis and interpretation, so be sure not to use the two words interchangeably. Analyzing and interpreting data can help you identify patterns and trends, offer solutions to complex problems, or better understand scientific phenomena. Data are powerful aids in our attempt to understand the world. If you want to learn more about finding, accessing, and using data, visit the UH Library's.
Okay. Good. Let me see. How do I? I don't know how to turn this back down. Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. So now go back to our slides. It's here. Okay. We are on almost last page. Okay. So you are seeing that. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
here, this is a picture I grabbed from the Wikipedia, and it's listed out types of data. And in the video, it says we have two types of data, quantitative and qualitative. So what's the difference between these two kind of category?
Quantitative is like numbers, and qualitative is like concepts.
Yes. And what kind of types of data here? So for example, if we do cultural data, can that be quantitative or qualitative?
Qualitative.
Or do you agree, Ibrahim?
What was the question?
So if we are looking at this cultural data, and I ask, can they be quantitative or qualitative?
It
And
can
the
be
right
both.
answer is yes. Yes, can you give an example for quantitative data that is cultural? So you can ask Ryan to, you can make a point to Ryan that it is both.
Like the names of all the museums in an area.
Yes. So yeah, so this is the two types of categorizing data using totally two kinds of way to make different types of data. One way looking at it is, are you a numeric like quantitative measure, or you are qualitative? Quantitative is more like numbers. Qualitative is more including every other forms, including imaging, including the text. And here on this picture on the right side, it is kind of talking about domain of in a different field. There is data, like there is cultural data, scientific data, financial data, statistical, meteorological data, natural transport. So in every field, you can have either quantitative or qualitative. So you can categorize things in the multiple different way, which will lead to the topics on the ontology later, but we will not talk about it now. So I'm almost done for today, and I want to show you that we will talk about this next time on data, information, knowledge, and wisdom pyramid. Okay, that's all for today, and then next time we start talking about this pyramid. Any more questions?
No, I think it was very good.
No, thank you a lot. This was
Thank
great.
you. Great. Okay, so if you are still feel Ryan, so basically Ibrahim, do you know Ryan?
No, not really.
So Ryan actually he came to our home. They wanted to adopt a mini, and I have to stop. But then they have the mini and the lucky.